Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Mayank here again. Today we will learn how we can generate images for free and that too using adapters for different types of styling. Before starting, I want to let you know that I will provide all the resources and the links in the description, so just follow along. So I have opened up Z Image Turbo. This is the new tool that I've been working on, again on a Hugging Face space, and it's directly accessible by zimagestudio.mayangupta.in as well. So let's get started. There are three basic modes: text to image, ControlNet, which we will cover in a bit, so what it does and what does it mean, and Upscale. So the name suggests that it's for upscaling any kind of image. Now in this we have two options, base and turbo. So Z image model comes in two variants. One is a base model, which is a big model, and then there's a fast model, which we are calling turbo model. Then there are two other models that are in the pipeline. One is Z image edit and Z image omni base. So if we click on either of those, it will open up a table which is the official GitHub repository for Z image, and we can see that it's to be released, both Z image omnibase and Z image edit. Once they are released, I will also add the functionality in this same studio. Then there's this option to add a LoRa adapter, which we will cover in a bit, and some advanced options like width, height, and seed. So let's do a basic generation. I will choose base, which also enables negative prompt. A child playing with forest spirit. All right. In the negative prompt, I'll just use blurry, low res, lack of detail. And I will keep rest of the settings as is. Let's hit generate. Alright, so we have the image. It looks cool, but not as magical as we want it to be by just looking at this prompt. So anyhow, I will just download it and I will note down the seed. So what this seed means is if I keep every setting as is and just hit generate with seed equals to 0, which means random, it will generate a new type of image. But if I keep this seed and hit generate, it will generate this exact image. Let's see. See, exactly same image. But if I keep it 0, mm, see, a different image now. So that's why I have noted down this seed so that it's handy when we are doing the further generations. And I will use exactly all these same things, but this time I will use a LoRa. I will show you what it does, and then I will walk you through what it means and how you can create your own LoRa. So what LoRa adapter means is adding an adapter on top of existing model so that you can change the behavior. And I have an adapter which is a specialized adapter for generating Ghibli characters. So Ghibli Studio is a different style of creating anime characters, and this adapter hopefully will create really good Ghibli based characters. So let's see. For seed, I will use the old seed that I noted down, and for safety purposes, I will also note down the prompts, and let's hit generate. See, now this is beautiful, artistic, dreamy, magical, really cool. So if I remove the seed again and put 0 on every generation, this will randomize. If we like the camera angle and everything, we can experiment with different kind of prompts, and we keep the seed constant so that we know that okay, other variables do not affect the generation. All right, so that covers the base text to image. Now let's move forward with turbo text to image. Turbo doesn't support any kind of negative prompt, but it does support LoRa, right? So let's try generating in ZMage Turbo without a LoRa. I will write dark flowers. Okay, I will randomize the seed and hit generate. This is good. Even for a non-fantasy specialized model, it's really good. So again, the old drill, I will just note down the seed, the prompt, just for safety, in case it gets wiped out. Remove the negative prompt. Alright, now I will load a LoRa, and this is a specialized adapter or a LoRa for ZMS Turbo that specializes in generating fantasy characters. So let's use this. Let's let it upload, and I will put the old seed that I copied. The prompt is same, and let's hit generate. While it generates, let me tell you one thing. What is a LoRa? LoRa is just training the same model. Here, same ZMS Turbo model was trained with specialized data, which included fantasy characters, some kind of label that, okay, this is a wizard and this is a warrior or this is a dungeon, things like that. And a new checkpoint was saved. So in LLM training lingo, we call it a checkpoint, which is a safe tensor file which gets generated after certain milestones are achieved. So let's say if I have a data set of 50 images and I am making the AI learn, let's say in 3000 steps, let's say it will show the data once, then twice, then thrice to the LLM model, and same it will show 3000 times, 3000 iterations. And after every, let's say, 200 iterations, I save a checkpoint that, okay, let's see how AI generates after I've shown the data to the model for 200 times. Now let's see how it generates after 400 iterations, then 600 iterations. You can change that number, you can save the checkpoints at any iteration number, but yeah, the idea is the same. And not just that, you can create your own LoRa. You can use your photos in different styles, different clothes, and use that to train your own LoRa. And when you upload your LoRa here, then you can generate your own images that, okay, let's say Mayank standing behind a tree overlooking a spaceship, things like that. It's totally random, but it will create my image, my facial features, my body features exactly as seen in the training data. That's why I added a LoRa adapter feature here. One more thing to note is that no data gets saved anywhere. This is totally private, totally transient. Once you refresh the session, both LoRa and the images that you generate get wiped out. So it's not like that if you generate your image, someone else is going to see it. So if you use your own LoRa checkpoint or LoRa adapter, someone else might download and misuse it. So that it's not like that. It's just retained for this session that you are logged into and nothing else. So here we have it. It generated. So let me just download it. We can see that there are some lack of details. Otherwise, it looks good. It looks really good as per a fantasy genre, but not that good. So what we'll do is we'll try to upscale it, and I will just upload the image I downloaded. It loaded here. So default settings are just fine. You can keep them as is, and I will just hit generate and let's see. Okay, more or less it looks the same. So what I will do is I will try to compare it side by side. This is the upscaled image, and this is the original one. So now you see the difference. I'll point it out one by one, but let me just tell you beforehand. This is an AI upscaling. It's not like some algorithmic upscaling that, okay, pixel by pixel it draws the line, or it fills in the colors. Nothing like that. It uses AI to fill in the gaps, to add some details wherever necessary, and that's why upscale mode uses Z image turbo LLM model. So left image is the original one and right image is the upscale one. So let's zoom into the eyes because that's what's so weird about it. See this in the original image. Look at the eyes. They just lack detail. Same here. And even after a little bit zoom, it gets pixelated. The whole image gets pixelated. Now let's zoom into the same character to the same level. See? See the level of detail, right? And if I go to this character, it added all the details, right? Which is really cool because it lacked so many details and now they are all filled out. That sums up the upscale mode. Now, last one is ControlNet. So ControlNet has three options. I will just use an image just to show you guys real quickly. So the image has been uploaded And as soon as it gets uploaded, you see here are some weird edge lines. This is called Canny edges detection. So what it does is it outlines everything. So all the characters, all the assets, all the boundaries that are present in the image, it outlines every one of them, all the edges that are present. See, now this ControlNet mode is like a pseudo image editing mode. I can add my prompt and let's try to hit generate. Again, you can use a LoRA here. So for example, I can use my existing fantasy LoRA here for generating the Joker in a fantasy world, things like that. See, it edited the photo. So here, all the background, it's a forest, fantasy-ish background with all these characters with a magic ball, and it turned it into a Joker scene, something out of a Black Myth Wukong game. But yeah, that's how it works. But I will show you a realistic scenario. Okay, so this is a realistic scenario. I loaded a image of a bedroom. Okay, and I will just modify it. Nighttime scene. This is enough. Let's hit generate. See how simple is this? And it filled in a lot of things in here. It still lacks few details. This can be adjusted with these parameters, like what should be the control net scale, how strongly the canny edges decide the final generation. You can experiment with the seed as well. And if you have a good enough image but it just lacks detail, you can just fill in the details using upscaler. This is just one canny mode. We have one mode called depth. So in depth, what it does is it recognizes what things are far away and what things are near to the camera. This is not a good example. Let me just switch the photo to this. Yeah, this is better. Now let me just use it to fill in the details using this same level of depth. Kids playing, city and background. Let's hit generate. So yeah, it filled in the details, made it quite funny because it had all these elements which normal kids do not have. So it filled in some kind of funny, weird costumes that the kids are wearing. There are some lack of details, but yeah, again, it can be filled in by the upscaler. Then last mode that we have is pose. So as you can see, it detects the pose of the subjects or the people in the image, and we can just make a new image with this pose. So I will add a prompt. Let's keep this. Let's keep the same. Let's see what it generates. Nice. This is better. See, the pose is very similar to how it is in the source image. It added all the details as per the prompt. So I'll just download it just to show you guys and just upscale it real quick. Nice. I will just open it side by side so that it's easier to compare. See, proper details have been added. The face was so weird in the original image. You could even barely call it a normal face, but yeah, it corrected it in the upscaler. Even the tattoo, was the tattoo there? Yeah, even the tattoo got fixed. See, nice. All right, so this concludes our demo for Z Image Studio. If you have any doubts, just let me know in the comments, or you can also join my Discord community. I will add the link for the invite in the video description. Stay tuned.